functional again. If this sounds at all familiar to you, you should learn this simple move. You'll find out how to brew your own batch of Neosporin. An antibiotic ointment is nice to have. Besides stockpiling some from the pharmacy, you should consider this option as well. Not to mention, it's a lot cheaper and probably just as effective. The recipe found inside the Home Doctor is packed with anti-germ properties, which will aid in keeping a wound from becoming infected and help reduce scarring. As a woman, after a certain age, you should definitely know how to determine if there's anything wrong with your breasts. With breast pathologies, the earlier you catch wind of something, the better your odds become. You'll find out a simple set of diagrams and instructions that you can follow to put your mind at ease or go see a doctor in due time. Dr. Maybell perfected this method while working for 2 years at the prestigious European Institute of Oncology in Milan, Italy. You'll also learn how to pop a shoulder, hip, finger, or some other joint back into place. These types of accidents tend to happen more and more after a certain age. Have you ever heard of using leeches as medicine? They are an extremely effective and easy-to-use remedy for preventing a wound from festering and speeding up healing, as long as you're not squeamish, that is. Another thing they're good for is high blood pressure. Because they decrease the amount of blood flowing, they also lower the stress on your arteries. You'll also find out 25 remedies made from things you usually throw away. One man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say. For example, you can turn the eggshells you throw away into calcium pills that will be greatly appreciated in times of need or when food becomes scarce. Ever had a really bad toothache that just wouldn't go away? A dental infection can become quickly very dangerous, so you want to know how to take care of it the right way. Maybell recently went through something similar during the lockdown. She had a very painful tooth abscess, and because the dental clinics were closed, she had to become her own dentist. The full details of the procedure and the anesthetic she used, and that you should stockpile, are inside the Home Doctor. You'll also find out the only way to tell if your arrhythmia is benign or dangerous. Some changes in heart rate and rhythm are normal during sleep and physical activity and moments of stress. But other times, an irregular heart rhythm or arrhythmia may be a serious problem which, left untreated, can lead to cardiac arrest or stroke. The way you decide if it's time to call 911 is by looking at the symptoms of dangerous arrhythmias, which never appear for milder versions. These are shortness of breath, dizziness, lightheadedness, near fainting or fainting, and mild chest pain. If you feel your heart beating too fast or too slow, and also experience at least a few of these symptoms, call an ambulance immediately. You'll also discover how to remove an ingrown nail yourself. In a situation where medical help is hard to come by, an ingrown nail can be a serious infection if you don't remove it. Strangely enough, it's even worse if you remove it the wrong way and don't properly bandage and sterilize the area afterward. That's why if you get in this situation, it would be nice to have the Home Doctor around to guide you along the way. Do you know why you should always keep chewing gum close by in case your ears start to hurt? It's simple, really. When you chew the right kind of gum, you not only decrease pressure inside the ear by continuous jaw movements, but also ward off ear infections. That's because of a sweetener called xylitol. You'll also discover what to do if you're experiencing pain in your abdomen. It's called an abdominal evaluation, and you've probably undergone it before when going to a doctor for a checkup. Inside the Home Doctor, you'll have a complete diagram with 9 sections of the abdomen that upon palpation should reveal exactly what the problem really is and how to best solve it. You'll also discover which 2 types of migraines are most common and the simple but essential things you need to do to identify which one you have and how to get rid of it. Especially if it's a recurrent one like once a month, you need to read this chapter. This could also be a sign of something more serious. You'll also discover exactly how to deal with gunshot, stab, or other typical wounds caused by violent protesters or rioters. As you likely know, Venezuela has had lots of them in the past few years, and our country is no stranger to such events either. And don't forget, we don't know what the future holds.